As my brother said, it's the Sabbath day. We like to always give praise to the God of Israel, of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm going to give you the title today, Graven Images. Graven Images. The reason why I titled it, well, we're talking about this graven image is because we got a lot of people in an uproar in the world about images. And you can tell right now how people in the uproar about their flag, about everything that is not of God, they want to protest about. So I want to try to break down this lesson so you and I can refresh our memories, because I did this lesson probably about 2 years ago. I think it was about 2 years ago. To understand that God hates when people put images, idols, over Him. And you focus so much on that and try to use images as a way of getting rights, as a way of getting some type of respect in this world. It's just that people take the emphasis off what God has sought here in this book for us to learn Him. Instead of we learning about Him, we learning about the world and their heritage. Let's understand the heritage of God, what He gave us, which is His laws. Come on. So we try to break this thing down so you can understand. We're gonna give you some pictures and everything, so it won't be so let's say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and so you can kind of replay it in your mind. But we're gonna start in Exodus chapter 20, in verse 1. To understand this, because people really have just fallen away. We were talking about this before the Bible study started, how the world is so sleepy. And the world is so sleepy, there's nobody not concerned about God holy day. Especially today, everybody out partying for homecoming. They get it in. I was one of them to get it in. This is one of my most favorite parts of the year. Just to see all your friends and do all this stuff with them. You see it in a while. But I sacrificed from that. I said, I got to be about my salvation. Because that hell is hot. It's 24 hours, 7 days a week. And there's no time limit on it. Time do not exist when you get in there. So we're going to start at Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. These are the commandments. This is the commandment scripture where God gave Israel once they came out of slavery. And we're going into the promised land. Because if you're going into a land, you notice when you go into anybody's land, they got a set of laws. And God didn't want His people to be polluted by their laws. So He gave Israel a set of laws that they could run by so they could be powerful in the land. So people would look up to them. And the show's not happening today. Don't nobody look up to us. We're at the bottom of the barrel. So Exodus chapter 20, we'll start at verse 1. Go ahead.
And God spake to all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
yes,
out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
He said, I am the Lord thy God that brought you out of Egypt. Most of the world don't understand what he means by Egypt. Egypt is talking about bondage, slavery, that we was in, our people was in for 400 years on the side of Pharaoh. Then we got on this side over here, which is in America and all over the world. This is another Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt that people don't understand about.
That's right.
So he want to make sure he covered both sides of it. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth.
So he don't want you to make any idol, anything. Why? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God.
See, he's very jealous. Very jealous when you put an image of anything above him. And people don't understand that. They put so much emphasis on idols. And we're going to touch on a lot of these idols that you might not be aware of. Go ahead.
For I, the Lord God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
That hate him? When you have these graven images of the idols before him, you hate him. How do you hate him? First of all, if you don't teach your kids about these graven images or his laws, they're going to teach their kids. Their kids going to teach their kids. So you got a generational curse going. That's why he said, I'm going to visit you from the third and fourth generation. You look at a household. If they got the mother and father in the household sinning all the time, what you think their kids going to do? They're going to do the exact same thing. And they're going to teach their kids. And their kids going to teach their kids. 3 or 4 generations. This is why we in the shape we in today. Because don't nobody want to go to the book to understand what we're supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
This is what he's doing. If you keep his commandments, he's going to show you mercy. I want mercy because I know if somebody pull me over, I'm too big and too black now for them to wrestle me because I know they're going to shoot me. Have some mercy on me. Have some mercy on my kids. When they're doing something wrong they ain't supposed to do. Have some mercy on my wife. Have some mercy on y'all. This is why we teach these commandments. So God will have mercy. When the time you about to die, he had mercy. Or the time you about to be hurt, he had mercy. But people don't see it that way. And the things that are very important to God is really simple to the world. They're like, man, you worried about the image? Yeah, very important. As we're going to see in this lesson, very important. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 26. Let's get into these graven images. Deuteronomy chapter 7, we're going to start with verse 26. Go ahead, brother.
Neither shall thou bring an abomination into thine house, lest thou be a cursed thing like it. But thou shalt utterly detest it, and thou shalt utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing.
He said he don't want us to bring no cursed thing in our house. He detests it. It's abomination if we bring in this cursed thing in our house. Read verse 25 again.
The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire. Thou shalt not desire the silver of gold that is on them, nor take it up on thee, lest thou be snared therein. For it is an abomination to the Lord thy God.
So you got a lot of graven images that are silver and gold. And we're going to see a lot of these images that are silver and gold. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 14. He don't want us to bring the detestable thing inside of our house. And most people don't understand. They got all kind of images in their house. They wearing all kind of graven images and they worship them. How I know? Because somebody snatched your chain off or whatever you have on, you'll die for it. You'll fight for it. That's one part of it. Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 14. Let's look at these things. Go ahead, brother.
And the Lord commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments.
Yes, sir.
That you might do them in the land whether you go over to possess it.
Whether you know it or not, we're in a different land. And he said, I will be a little sanctuary to you in your enemy's land. If you take hold of my commandment, meaning that I will protect you. But we ain't taking hold of this at all. We follow of the customs of the land. Go ahead.
Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves.
Yes, sir.
For ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire.
Go ahead.
Lest you corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female.
He said, you see no similitude of anything. that when Moses talked to God, he didn't see his face. He saw his hind part. He didn't see his face. So who is this? Where did they get this from? They have taught us that this is Jesus Christ. And most of all, people will die over this image, man. Some people. And I'm not just leaving out the white Jesus. This image also. They got this image right here, especially in our group, in our camps.
That's right.
The Israelites.
That's right.
They got this image up. He said, y'all don't know how I look. Y'all just understand my skin complexion, my hair texture. That's it. As far as my face, why you got this? It's side by side. You got this when you wrong, you got that when you wrong.
Come on.
And you know, before they even had the image, a lot of black folks supposed to be in their African or whatever heritage, they should have the black Jesus up in the household. Both of them wrong. What he told Moses right here, I spoke to you not in matter of similitude.
Come on.
You didn't see my face.
Amen. Come on, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17.
Uh-huh.
The likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air.
So these are the things that he said, I don't want you to have no likeness of none of this stuff. Let's see some more. Who is that? This is the AKAs or the sororities right now. They got let's milk. They got frogs as their idol. And people say, no, there ain't no idol. I tell you what, take that frog off their disc or whatever they got on and throw it down and see what happens.
Wow.
Then you got who them? The Omegas. Who else? You got the Deltas, which are the elephants. All these things. Who is that? Yeah. You kill one of them and see what happens. These graven images they put up, and they worship them. Go ahead, brother.
The likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Wait a minute now, what is this? They got a fish symbol. Symbolize, I'm a Christian, I'm a fisher of men. Because to Jesus and the disciples, they went to fish, they were normally fishermen. Also, he had a symbolic term saying, we should be fishermen of men. And then came up with this symbol and put it on the car. All these things are graven images. And some people say, well, I'm not the one that'll worship that. I understand that. But what about the ones that you know worship? See, you can be a stumbling block to people. You might understand this, but they don't understand it. They associate this with worshiping God.
That's right.
Look at this. Who that is? That little Big Sean, ain't it? So I told y'all, in both generations. You got these Jesus pieces, these chunks on their neck. They go Rihanna with that cross. He and Rick Ross. He got about 4 or 5 Jesus pieces. All these things are idols or graven images. They worship. And you say he might not worship, but somebody else might will. Jay-Z. Look at that cat. He got one like the Pope. Got a big old Jesus piece down that way. These things right here cost like $100,000, man. And this is where they all get it from. He the first one. He the first one. The Pope. Go ahead.
Unless thou, verse 19.
Verse 19.
Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars, even all the host of heaven should be driven to worship them, and serve them which the Lord thy God has divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Another one I forgot. The zodiac signs and all that. All them things they have. About I'm a Scorpio, I'm a Cancer, I'm a Leo. They put these things up and they worship this stuff. How they worship it? They believe in it. If you wake up every morning talking about, oh, let me read my horoscope, who you believe in? Satan. You ain't believing in God? This is the thing that we got to be. And also, yeah, I forgot about these, the free Eastern stars. Say the stars and the moon, where you think they get this stuff from? Look at that, that's the Mason symbol. They're wearing this stuff all on their cars, clothes, everything, shirts and everything. And this is where it all come from. And they want to say, well, we don't want to do like white people, but y'all still following them. Y'all still following them. Look at them. Hey, that's the Prince Hall. You know, the Freemasons wouldn't let the black Masons in with them, so they started their own organization, which is the Prince Hall. And he catch me on Facebook blasting this stuff, and everybody said, man, I want to be in that group. You must want to die. Spiritual.
Oh, that's right, bro.
Talking about this is the cat right here who started the, what they call the Illuminati. And people don't understand who he is. All of them adopted these customs, these images, and what they mean. I got it. Y'all know what they call Jay-Z Hope, don't you? Yeah, what do you think? This stuff he's saying don't register to people because they never researched it. We try to understand how not to offend our God. If you following him and doing this stuff and wearing this stuff, you following him, not God. Then we go back to the older guys, the Muslim. That's Elijah Muhammad. He the one started the black Muslim religion over here in this land. Matter of fact, he from my hometown, Sandersville. His name was Elijah Poole. And that's another one right there. And we got this thing going on in the NFL. You better stand for that flag or them boys will lose their job. Ask Kaepernick about it. Let's keep moving. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 1. Sometimes a picture worth 1,000 words. Graven images we talking about. This stuff right here will take you farther away from God than anything, which is worshiping those images. And people saying, well, I ain't worshiping Jeff, I just like him. Well, you might be a stumbling block to somebody else. You better find out the origin behind these things. People don't understand the origin, the meaning of them. They're wearing it because it's cool. Leviticus chapter 26, we'll start verse 1. Go ahead.
Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image. Neither rear you up a standing image. Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land, to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God.
What do you mean by that? What it do? Statue of liberty. Do something to that statue.
Right.
And see what happens. People say, I don't worship no Statue of Liberty. Well, you might not, but other people will. They'll kill you if you damage this thing. Like I said before, the flag. This cat right here. Look at it. He getting all the NFL business right now. Told the NFL owner you should cut them if they don't stand for the flag. Because they lift this high. They want to make sure they maintain their power. And people don't understand this. I stand for the anthem. This is what we're going through right now. I'm just trying to make sure you understand. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10. These are graven images. Sometimes you got to really get in people's business and show them what they're actually doing. I know I'm gonna have a lot of problems with my Facebook friends that the Omegas and AKAs and all these people. But it's got to be brought out. They know me, I don't care, I'm gonna say it anyway. Don't matter to me, don't pay me. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Go ahead.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speak unto you, O house of Israel.
Yes, sir.
Thus says the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Who the heathens? The other nations. That's who it is. That's the heathen, the other nations. Don't learn their way. When I brought you into the land of Israel, I gave you a set of laws to run by. To run by. Don't learn their ways, the heathens. We We as black people don't even know who we are. That's why we call ourselves African Americans. How can you be two continents? Everybody have an origin. You can't be African and American. The Europeans know who they are. They know where they come from. We the only people that in this land don't know where we come from. We claiming another heritage that they don't even claim us. Tell you what, go to these African brothers, as they say, and ask them, are you Africans? They look at you like you crazy. They look at us like we the scum of the earth. But they do business with you. But anyway, he tell you not to learn, not to wear the heathens. Go ahead.
And be not amazed at the signs of heaven,
Mm-hmm.
for the heathen are dismayed at them.
He said, don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. I mean the stars, the moon, all these things of heaven. Even all these things of heaven that they dismayed of, they marvel at. They come up with zodiac signs. They come up with all type of worship. And this is one of the worshiping signs that they do. Go ahead.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Custom mean practices. What they doing? Are vain, meaning evil. Go ahead.
For one cutteth the tree out of the forest,
Mm-hmm.
the work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
So he cut the tree out of the forest. What he did with this tree? Go ahead.
They decked it with silver and with gold.
Yes, sir.
They fastened it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
What is that? Christmas tree. Right in the Bible. And they're going to bring their graven image in there this time of the year, December 25th. This is what people don't think God is up to date to this time. He up to date. He wrote it for this time. Good old Saint Nick. All our Israelite brothers and sisters, they believe in Santa Claus more than they believe in God. Tell a kid, you ain't gonna get nothing. I'm gonna tell Santa Claus not to bring you nothing, he about to cry. What you tell them about God, who is that? Because they don't even introduce them, they don't read the books about God. They ain't not fearing God, but they fear good old Saint Nick. You might add some picture to this. Jesus is the reason for the season. This is what he's talking about. All this stuff, man. Well, keep going. You feel with that? Go ahead.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not.
They are upright as a palm tree. Go ahead.
But must need be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil.
They cannot do evil.
Neither also is it in them to do good.
Because this is a graven image. It's an idol. Why do you have it in your house? For what reason? And he's telling us this over and over in the Bible, that don't do this. But we don't want to take Christmas for the kids. Well, you must want the kids. Your kids go to the lake of fire. Take that stuff away from them. They're going to do this stuff inside the school. They're going to have your kid sit around the tree saying,